Hello, Danhausen here. Danhausen here to let you know that you are watching Dre41 Gaming. They do video games of some sort. Who knows? Danhausen doesn't. But they are very nice, very evil, do time. And if you do not watch this channel, you shall rue the day.
What's up, y'all? It is your boy Dre41, aka Mr. 4K, aka El Fuego, Spicy Dre. And we about to play Here Comes the Pain, man. Basically, not last week, but the last couple of playthroughs that you've seen on my channel on Friday were some Shut Your Mouth. This one's gonna be Here Comes the Pain. I'm gonna go back and forth. I'm gonna mess with Jushin Liger. I'm gonna mess with Scott Steiner. And I think with that is probably the best thing instead of just working off of one game back and forth. You feel me? So for that, I think I'm just going to run with it. I think that's going to be the biggest thing that I do. So yeah, that's the plan. And yeah, if y'all don't remember or didn't watch my original playthrough with Scott Steiner, I had to get the championship. I won titles, lost titles, but right now I think it's pretty straightforward. I think I'm going to continue to dominate in the heavyweight division, continue to keep my championship right where it's at, as it should be, and do what I do best. And that's get threes. Wins, but you get a 3 count for the whatever. So yeah, that's basically it. And this guy, I don't know who this guy is. He's been excommunicated. I have not the finest idea who this guy is. I don't know who this guy is on my screen. Who is this guy? Does somebody know who this is? Like evil Walt Disney? I don't remember. I don't remember who this guy is. I don't know him. Who is this guy on my screen, dog? Who is he? What does he do? Why is he here? Oh my goodness. This is hilarious. Yo, it's so crazy, like playing these older games, and if I knew then what I know now, it would be nuts. Like, The Rock has a higher position in WWE than Vince McMahon. The Rock is basically Triple H's boss. Like, that's crazy to me. That's insane. Like, to think about, like, back when this game came out, what, 2003? I think this game came out 2003. Crazy to think that 20 years later, The Rock would be, like, head of the board of directors for WWE. Like, legitimate nuts. Insane, if you ask me. Like, I'll be honest, I never would have thought that would have happened in a million. If you would have told me, like when I was younger, like something like that was gonna happen, and Brock Lesnar was trying to get it popping with women, and like, bro, I would have been like, man, you lying. Like, I don't even believe you. But it's just crazy how the world works. It is insane how the world works. Like, stuff where you never, like, I don't know, I can't even call it. Like, it's, to me, it's the most craziest thing. Like, just the world of wrestling is just crazy, just insane. Look how built Brock Lesnar is. I could tell you this, out of the character they put the most effort into, Brock Lesnar. You can tell, like, dog, they put so many pixels, so many. They maxed out on the pixels in this game. They were not playing around at all when this game came out. They were not playing for real. They was teeing off, boy. I'm telling you, they was going in. But you know, it is what it is. It is. Look at this guy. Best entrance. No, is this the? No, I think Shut Your Mouth had the best Booker T entrance. I don't like how his knees are bent. Like, I don't know, but his expression, priceless. Like, this one and Shut Your Mouth has the best Booker T entrance. I'm gonna always say that. That's how I'm always gonna feel. Point blank. I don't care. You don't have to believe me, but it's the truth. Like that, it's the truth. Best entrance, point blank. Fight me. Fight me. That's how I feel about it. But yeah, though, playing this game is pretty easy. Like, if you did it enough times, like, you just get it. Like, it's just, it comes naturally. Pause. It just comes to you, and you're just able to play the game, and it's fun, bruh. Like, that's what I miss. It's just enjoying and playing these games and legitimately just having fun with it. I swear you don't get that no more. I swear, like, I don't. Like, I'm dead serious, yo. I don't even play the new 2K game, but whatever, we ain't worried about that. Another thing, for the channel itself, I usually keep this just wrestling. And then that's kind of just how I like to operate. I really don't like to, I mean, I have, don't get me wrong, I have, but I don't really necessarily like to jump out the window when it comes to, like, other games on my channel. I might do it. I might. Big Spear, he took me down, I ain't gonna lie. I did not expect that from Brock Lesnar. I did not expect that. That completely threw me off. But no, I feel like what I'm gonna do is I might bring some other games, non-wrestling games, to my channel. I don't know. Y'all gonna have to let me know. I'm not really gonna ask. And the reason why I wouldn't really ask is because it's like, I feel like as a viewer that you're not so much interested in, like, saying, oh, play this different game. It's just throw it up, and if it's something that catches my eye, I mess with it. And I think that there's a game that I want to bring to this channel. I don't know if I will. It's called Surrounded. But what I'm doing differently than other people, and I already did one video doing this, and it kind of came to me as I was editing the video. I was doing it more in a cinematic view. So I wanted to make it like it's more so a movie. And I think that's what I want to do with Surrounded. And I want to make like 10, 12 minute episodes just of doing certain things, but also making it to where it's like a story to it, I guess. We'll see what happens. We'll definitely see what happens, but I don't know. If you don't see it on this channel, more than likely you'll see it on the K&D project. Link in the description below. That's the other channel me and my boy Ken Washington are running. So whatever you don't see on this channel, you'll see on that channel. And honestly, I got some gameplays coming up on that channel and this channel for the new year as well. So definitely stay tuned for that. You know what I'm saying? And every Wednesday, I'm playing something different. So Mondays and Fridays is wrestling. Wednesdays is something different. Right now, I'm playing Madden, trying to get my Broncos to the Super Bowl. Definitely check that out. That's some cool videos. Mondays, right now, I'm doing PWR Rivals. Saturdays, one Saturday a month, I'm doing a pay-per-view for PWR Rivals. And I think the season, well, I'm already a month and a half in. I'm about to get a couple of more episodes of that done. I'm only doing 3 months of PWR Rivals. Then on Mondays, I don't know what the hell I'm going to record for that. I'm going to try to figure something out. Maybe something with 2K24, possibly. I'm not too sure. I want to say that I want to get that, but I'm not 100% sure if I'm able to. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I definitely want to get something in there. Pause. I want to get something recorded for Mondays after Rivals is done. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I think. Oh, I also have the Punisher. I might do that for Wednesdays. The Punisher playthrough is probably going to be Wednesdays. I'm gonna keep wrestling. I'm gonna keep wrestling on Mondays and Fridays. I'm gonna keep that because that's what the channel is based off of. To keep it 100, like the channel's based off of it. I'm gonna continue to run with it. It is what it is. Also, I haven't said this in a while, right? And I just wanted to say like a couple of cool stories in regards to my time meeting professional wrestlers. Now, as a content creator on YouTube, I'm not going to say I'm a YouTuber. I'm a content creator because this isn't a full-time job. Like, I would say I'm not even a part-time YouTuber. So, I'm a content creator on YouTube. Feel me? So, I want to tell you guys a story of me meeting wrestlers, right? So, I said a couple of these stories from one video to another video, but I want to say it like in total in this one, and I think that would be like the best thing to do or the best way to go about it. So initially, right, always been a fan of wrestling, been watching wrestling for the longest time. I would say the first time I ever met a professional wrestler, I was in middle school. This was the late 90s. I know I'm old. Whatever. I met Bob Backlund. I think he was running for like mayor of Hartford. I think, but hold on, let me throw the Google machine in. Hold on, I gotta Google it. Was he running for mayor? Hold on. So Bob Backlund, he lives in Glastonbury. Wait a minute, he has a business in Connecticut? Okay. Runs for mayor. I think it was mayor of Hartford. Was it? Hold on. Or something in Congress. I can't remember. It was something. He runs for mayor of Hartford? It was something. Hold on. Because he came to my school. I remember that. That was so weird. It's like, bro, like, what are you doing here? You are awful. Nobody messes with you. You're too weird. But no, I remember I met Bob Backlund. That's when I was a kid. And then I'm trying to remember. This was so long ago. Who else did I meet? After Bob Backlund, I kind of went on a drought. And then in 2012, I want to say 2013 possibly. And I remember the night because it was supposed to be a Monday Night Raw. And it was the Monday Night Raw after the Royal Rumble, I want to say. It had to have been after the Royal Rumble. And they canceled Monday Night Raw because it was a blizzard in Connecticut. They were supposed to have it at the XL Center in Hartford. And they canceled it. First they were saying they might run the show, they might not. But then eventually they canceled it. So boom. At that time, I was doing security. I was working for a security company, not like security with like a gun and all that nonsense, like basically just stand outside or stand wherever they put me and just report, right? So there was this building on the south end of Hartford that I was guarding. Now the building was half burnt down, and like so it was half burnt down, but people could still live in the other part of the apartments. It was kind of big. Pause. So they were just like, all right, it's going to be a blizzard. They want to make sure that the part of the building where people left from or evacuated from, you know, their belongings aren't stolen because people can potentially gain access to the building. Which when I got there, I found out, dog, you can't even get in that building without a pin pad code. You're on camera, all types of nonsense. So you really can't steal anything, but regardless, it is what it is. I was doing security there, right? So the first couple of days, I seen how terrible it was because it was just like, and mind you, I'm going to tell you how I met a wrestler, but this is just a little bit of background. So, boom, I'm in this building, and it's cold as hell. Like, it's cold, there's nowhere to sit, so you just walk around. Now, you see people going in and out of the building sometimes. They know security is supposed to be there, so they say, hey, how you doing, whatever. It gets to the point where, like, and of course you got to go to the burnt down side of the building, but it wasn't like no structural, I can't say words. Structural damage. It was just like mostly smoke, some fire, whatever, but for the most part it was like it was safe. Not for the most part, for the most it was safe. It was just, you know, I want to say it was more like visual damage than anything. So boom, it gets to a point where it's just like, bruh. Oh, even before that, skip all that. Because honestly, that doesn't even make any sense. No, it does. Because it was already snowing beforehand, but then it was supposed to snow again because it was a blizzard. So boom, I'm in this building and I'm just like, all right, I'm living by myself. I have to go and get food and stuff like before my shift. And I was like, all right, it doesn't even matter because, no, it was after my shift. I'm bugging. It was after my shift. So I would do like a 12-hour joint. It was overnight. Yes. We would stay there overnight sometimes because you needed 24-hour security. And that building was so cold. It was so cold we had to leave the building, go in our cars, turn on the heat, sit in our cars for a little bit, and then go back inside. That's how cold it was inside that building. I would never forget that. And I got to a point where I went to like Walmart and bought like a lawn chair and like a comforter and put it over me while I was in the building because it's like, bruh, it's crazy in there. It's cold. It's brick. I don't know what y'all say like where y'all live, but in the Northeast, a word for like super cold or very cold is brick. So we would say it's brick outside, like it's brick inside this building. So that was the situation there. And then it got to a point where it's like, all right, another storm's coming, the blizzard. This is on the Monday. And I'm like, all right, after my shift, I'm gonna leave and go to the grocery store and get food just in case I get stuck. Now, mind you, I'm driving at the time a Nissan Maxima, and people who know what a Nissan Maxima is, you could drive it in the snow, but it ain't built like that. It ain't built like Nissan Maximas aren't built like that, so you're not really gonna, you know, be driving through the snow like it's no problem. You feel me? It's that car is not made for it. So, So initially, while doing that, it got, I'm just like, all right, I'm gonna go to the grocery store. So I get off of work, go in my car, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go to Stop and Shop. There was a Stop and Shop right around the corner, so I'm like, all right, bet I'm gonna go there and get some food. Now I'm going there, and I'm just like, damn, son, it's mad packed, like crazy packed, like oh my god. And I'm like, most people in the Northeast, man, we're used to like snowstorms, whatever the case is, so it's not a big deal. But when news is saying, yo, this is the big one, people are, they trying to get some food and whatnot because they don't know if they're gonna get stuck in the house. And there has been times where we have been stuck in the house where like icicles knock out the power. Like icicles are like 5 feet long, 7 feet long, pause. Like, it's crazy. I'm walking through the grocery store, and I'm on the south end of Hartford. Now, the south end of Hartford is mostly known for like Hispanic people, Puerto Rican people. Shout out to all my Boricuas. They mostly live on that side of the town. It's whatever. I grew up around Puerto Ricans, Jamaicans, all that, so it's not a big deal. But I seen this one woman walking around here with like a cut-off hoodie, like a half hoodie, with sweatpants on. And I'm looking at her. Now I see this girl from behind, and I'm like, who is this goofy acting like it ain't about to be a snowstorm? Why is she dressed like it's cool out in these streets? So I'm just like, I still keep shopping, whatever, but I keep seeing this girl. But I keep seeing her from behind, and I'm peeping. I'm like, this girl got her back out. She got a half shirt, half hoodie on, some sweatpants. She wild. She about to be an icicle out in these streets. It's gonna be crazy. So initially, I'm almost done, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go to the deli, and I'm gonna get me some lunch meat, some cheese, whatever. I look at the deli, it's squad deep, and I'm just like, bruh, I'm not doing it. Like, I'm not doing this. This is not even about to be my life. Y'all not about to do this to me. So I was like, all right, I'm about to just get some pre-cut joints, pre-cut meats and cheeses, and that's what I do. So I get the pre-cut meat and cheeses, and I turn around, and at the same time, the girl with the cut off hoodie shirt and sweatpants turns around too. Now, what is the chances of us being in that same spot and turning around at the same time to look at each other? Feel me? So I turn around, I look at her, she look at me. I'm like, Paige? She's like, yeah. I'm like, oh shit, what you doing here? What you doing here? She's like, oh, they might cancel Monday Night Raw. So, we're just getting here to, shop or whatever. We got a hotel out in East Hartford. Now, peep that I found this stuff out a little bit later, but we were small talking, and I was just like, damn, I would have went. But since they were saying they was going to cancel it, I'm not about to sit there and spend no money just to, I would have got reimbursed, or they would have been like, oh, for the next WWE event, but who knows when that would have happened. So I'm cool on that. So I met Paige, I took a picture with her and everything. That was the second time I met a wrestler. The third time I met a wrestler was in the same Stop and Shop. So I took a picture with her, woo, talked a little bit, and kept it pushing. Now I'm in the produce section where all the celery and the vegetables are. Woman with a bubble coat on turns around. It's Alicia Fox. So I'm like, oh shoot! I just took a picture with Paige. What's good, Alicia? Let me take a picture with you. So I took a picture with Alicia Fox. So that was cool. That was definitely cool. So that was my first 3 situations of meeting professional wrestlers. Now, third one, I go to shows and stuff. So I usually go to Northeast Wrestling. I started going to Northeast Wrestling. Shout out to my manager. He was telling me about it like before I really even started going. So this was like, no, I'm lying. This was before I met him. When I met my manager at the first job we were at, he told me about the event that he was at, that I was at too. When it was actually on Being the Elite, when they went to Waterbury, Connecticut, and Cody Rhodes threw his shoes into the crowd. Doesn't make any sense, but it happened. It was hilarious. But basically with that one, I met wrestlers, whatever, but that's not like really on a one-on-one type of thing. So I would say going to shows doesn't count for me, because I've been to wrestling shows. I've been to WWE shows. I've been to Northeast Wrestling shows, and there's a couple of other smaller independent ones which I don't count. But on an individual basis, so I'm gonna have to shout out to Ashton. the wrestling code. That was a huge opportunity for me to meet professional wrestlers, and for me that was so cool because you got to see them out of their element. They weren't playing the character, so to me it's all in a jumble. And so I can't really say like, okay, like the first mocap session, right? So I'm driving to New Jersey. You feel me? Like I got the hotel paid for me, all that. Shout out to the wrestling code for paying for my hotel room, all that stuff. You know, fully paid trip. I appreciate it. Shout out to y'all. So I get there, I drive to Jersey, and I'm the first one there. Now they tell me to go to North Jersey. They're on the shoreline of Jersey, so we're like an hour and some change away from each other, right? Which honestly I am happy about because I was the closest one to the mocap location, which I loved. Oh my goodness. I couldn't imagine having to drive to the shoreline or the Jersey Shore to drive up to where they're motion capturing an hour every time. I would have done it, but I wouldn't have liked it. So I was definitely appreciative of having the closest hotel. I'm sorry, not just me. It was me and Anthony Green. I want to say it's Anthony Green. Hold on, because I gotta go on X. It's not Twitter anymore, guys. It's called X. It's called X now. They switched the name of. They ain't playing, which is so dumb. I hate the name X, but whatever. It is what it is. Is it Anthony Green? Hold on. Is it Anthony Green? Hold on. I don't remember. Hold on. No, it's Green something. Am I bugging? What's his name? Oh my goodness. Hold on. Now I gotta figure it out because now I think I'm bugging. Hold on. Let me see. Oh my god, it was something, bruh. His name wasn't something, but it was. I sent him a message a while back. I'm gonna try to find it. But regardless, right? So when I was there, the biggest thing, like for me, was like to help with motion capture and make sure everything is like set up right and whatever they really needed from me. That's kind of just what I did. And for me, it was so cool because it was just the opportunity where it was just like, bruh, I initially wanted to have some sort of working relationship with 2K, and that kind of fell through. And to be completely honest, I shouldn't have really expected them to be able to do much for me. So it is what it is. So yeah, Anthony Green. Shout outs to Anthony Green. Right, I confirmed it. He's in Noah. He wrestles in Japan a lot. He was in NXT, and man, he was cool. Super cool dude, man. Like I remember I picked him up at his hotel, which is like right around the corner from mine. And he was super cool talking to him. And I remember he was telling me like, yo, I got big things coming. This was like a little bit after he got released from NXT. And he was like, yo, I got big things coming. Like, and I kept my word. I never said nothing. He's already in Noah, so I can say this. So we're driving around in I was driving around in a beat-ass gold Ford Explorer. Oh my goodness. Was it gold? What color was it? I think it was gold. I'm gonna say it's gold. I can't remember the color. Was it silver? I forgot. Whatever. But it was a Ford Explorer that couldn't reverse. So I drive from Connecticut to New Jersey in a vehicle that can't reverse. Shout outs to my life. So boom, I pick him up and we're driving around, feel me, like I'm bringing him to the location, whatever, to do motion capture. And he's talking about, yeah, I'm gonna go to like Noah, I want to go to Japan, I want to see if they like take me in there. And he was talking about how it is in Japan, and you know what I'm saying, like what they call different moves there that they call here, and just, you know, simple stuff like that. He was throwing like working punches at me and Crowbar's house like at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm dead tired. I'm super cool dude. Anthony Green, super cool. Like I can't even say enough good things about him. Super cool dude. Haven't spoken to him in a minute, but I sent him a message and congratulated him when I seen him in Noah. I was like, that's cool as hell. Like that's definitely cool that, you know what I'm saying, like you not only get to work, but you get to work at like a company that has like great history. You feel me? So shout outs to Anthony Green. put that in together with another person I met. I actually picked him up from the airport, Luigi Primo. Yeah, he is like, his character is completely different than how he is. He's like so like, he's just cool and like that. Like, a lot of these wrestlers aren't like the character they play on TV. They're very cool, down to earth. They're not like all out there. And that's for me, for like someone who wasn't in that world and was like kind of tossed into it. It was refreshing to be able to meet these people who weren't well known at the time, and they were just like so cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, Luigi Primo was on AEW. Like, that's crazy for me. You know what I'm saying? So it was funny. He gave Ashton gave me his number and was like, "Yo, can you pick him up from the airport, bring him down to the shoreline?" Now, mind you, I'm in Jersey, and I think I had to go to Newark Airport. Newark Airport wasn't that far. It was like 30 minutes, whatever the case is. So boom, I was cool with that. It wasn't really a problem. And so I did that, picked him up. But the thing is, he didn't know where he was at within the airport. So I'm like driving around trying to find him, driving in circles or whatever the case is. And it was just like, all right, I eventually found him. I was like, "Yo, hurry up, get in, because I'm double parked. I don't care. Like, I don't live here. I don't care, but hurry up. I don't want to get in trouble." And we're driving to the shoreline from Newark Airport, bruh. And we're talking wrestling, just, you know, chilling or whatever. But I knew it was just like, damn, this is a long ride, bro. Like, I'm getting tired. And I'm like, dog, I feel you. Like, I'm getting tired too, and I'm the one driving. Feel me? So we're going to the shoreline, and he gives me the address of where to go. You feel me? Like, Ashton gives me the address of where to go in the shoreline of Jersey. It was like, "Yo, we're going to this guy's house, whatever. He got a backyard where it's wrestling." And he told me it was Grim. And I was like, "Oh, Grim, the fat dude who do the backyard wrestling, collects toys." I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool, bet." So I'm picking up Luigi Primo to bring him over to Grim's house on the shoreline of Jersey. Whatever, it's cool. But mind you, it's super late. Like, it is late. Like, I think I got there. I picked up Luigi Primo. We were driving for like an hour and a half, bro. We got there kind of late. It was like maybe midnight, almost midnight. Yeah, because this plane came in kind of late. So we get there, boom. I'm tired as hell. Like, I say what up to Grim. I look at the ring. The ring is super small. Like, the ring he has is like a super small ring, but it's whatever. It was cool meeting him. I didn't really chill with him like that. I never went back down there because it was just too far, and I was just like, I'm not doing that again. Like, I would have loved to have been there, like, you know, chill with Grim or whatever, but I met him that one night, and that was it. Like, I was like, I'm never coming back down here again. It is what it is. So boom, I drop off Luigi, and I'm just like, all right, I'm about to go back to my hotel room because I'm tired. I'm tired. For real. So that was that. And then it was like, okay, well, Crowbar is supposed to be doing some motion capture. Feel me? Now, I was only there for a certain amount of days. They were there for way longer than I was. And I was just like, bro, I'm not about to stay here. I got a job. I have a job to go to. That's another thing. Wrestlers and normal folk, normal civilians, our lives are completely different. They can go out and do this, do that, whatever the third is, because they know when they're booked and they're getting paid on that date. So they can do whatever in between that time. Me, I gotta be in the office. So it kind of is what it is. So boom. The next day we go to Crowbar's house to eat burgers and hot dogs. Crowbar was cooking, and he also ordered pizza. Super cool dude, yo. Like, that was, I'm gonna say, out of that whole trip, just being able to chill with Crowbar, yo, like on a one-on-one basis. Like, facts. Like, I wish there was like a video of it, but there's no video proof of this ever happening. But it was just like Crowbar like took me aside and was just like showing me matches and like put me on to like actual like psychology of wrestling, and it was so cool. Like, it was so cool, and honestly, that was like a moment that was just, it stood out to me. Like, he didn't know me from a can of paint. And from every other wrestler who was there, everything, like, I'm just an artist. Like, I'm literally just an artist who's like, is gonna draw your tattoos, some of your logos on your gear. That's it. But he seen me as a fan, like someone who appreciated wrestling. And I was asking questions and stuff like that. And he was just like, boom. He sat me down. We watched a match with him and Sabu. We watched a couple of matches with him in like ROH. And just talking about the matches and why he did this, why he did that. And it was just like, for him to be able to articulate all that to me and make it make sense, yo. Super cool dude. I can never say enough about like great things about Crowbar, man. Super cool dude. I mean, what you see on TV and how he is in real life, completely different thing. And it's just like, I'm so appreciative of Virtual Basement bringing me on, because I was able to speak to some of these, like some of them I spoke to, like Enzo, literally you could say what up to Enzo and he'll talk for 30 minutes. Like he can sit there and not stop talking. Like that's literally how he's able to do that. It's crazy. And I think like that's the one thing that I feel like is super cool about him, is he's entertaining. He's always on. I don't know when he's not on. I don't know when he's not on. He's cool. Vincent, he's in AEW ROH. He from the Righteous. He's cool. Like I remember I went to an indie event because he's in the Wrestling Code too. Spoiler. And I needed to get his tattoos, and he was just like, all right, cool, bet. Like he was super cool about getting it done. He was just like, bro, no problem. Like I'm in there. Like let's get it done. He's cool. Matt Taven's cool. I met Cody Rhodes. He's cool, but that was at events. Like I'm talking about events. Who else? Dan Maff, or Moff, however you say his last name. He's super cool. He's he's supposed to be in the game. But yeah, it's just like there's a bunch of wrestlers that I want to meet. The one thing that the biggest problem is, I think a lot of the times, I want to go to a GCW event. They went to Hartford, but I didn't buy the tickets. My dumb ass. I should have bought some tickets. Next time they come to Hartford, I'm going to a GCW event. I also want to go to AEW event, but they only do shows up in Bridgeport. I'm lying. They did do one in Hartford, but I didn't go to. It was a Collision. I just don't like going up to Hartford. I don't. But it's fine. Next time if they come to Hartford again for a Collision, I'll go. Now I would say, well, why don't you go to a Dynamite? It's on a weekday. I'm not going. I mean, I went to Raw on a Monday, so I guess I could. But middle of the week, why? I don't know. It's whatever. But they're running smaller events, so I mean smaller arenas. So I don't even know if they would run like civic centers. I don't think they would. I mean some, but the smaller one. I don't think they'll run it like in Hartford. So they'll probably do Bridgeport because it's a smaller one. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I definitely want to go to a GCW event. But yeah, I definitely want to go to more shows. But yeah, it's like, for me, it's important as like a fan, and just because I could always watch it on TV. Watching on TV is one thing, but like going there, going there is the best. Like that's, I think, like the biggest thing is like going there, being able to like see it live. Like I always enjoyed that. Like the first match between Darby Allin and Jon Moxley, I got to see that. Like I seen Jon Moxley's first match on the Indies after leaving WWE. Like that's the stuff you get to see in the independent circuit. Like I got to see Carmelo Hayes before he was signed to WWE. You feel me? Like I seen it. Oh, funny thing. So Northeast Wrestling, I don't know what happened to them. They're not running shows like that anymore. Very odd. Maybe they weren't making money out of it. But I remember there was a show at a gymnasium. Even Punishment Martinez was there too. Oh, sorry, Damian Priest. He was there, and I didn't take no pictures with him. But that dude can fly. Yo, real talk, he's a high flyer when he wants to be. He's not gonna do it in WWE like that, but he's a high flyer if he wants to be. I remember after his match, I went down to the floor, kind of just to get a closer view because I was on the bleachers. This was before I used to buy front row seats at indie events. Like if I'm going to an indie event, I'm getting front row seats. Point blank period. That's what I'm doing. I'm getting front row seats. I'm just doing it. Yeah, so boom, I go down and like behind the bleachers, like in between the bleachers, it's like a space. Carmelo Hayes was right there. I was like, "What up, yo?" He was like, "What up?" I'm like, he's cool. I ain't talking to him that much, but it's whatever. It's good to be able to see someone that you've seen on the independents become like a big star. Like he's on SmackDown now. Like that's crazy to me. That's crazy to me that Carmelo Hayes is on SmackDown. And I remember he was Christian Casanova. You know what I'm saying? Like doing the sucker kick. You know what I'm saying? Like, I see him being a star. I don't know like a huge star, but I definitely see him like being something great in WWE, whether it's a mid-card talent. He definitely has the look, he has the skills. So I definitely hope to see him like make big moves. But yeah, that's a couple of times that I've met some professional wrestlers, man. And like I said, man, I never had a bad experience. No, I'm lying. I did. It was with those Bear dudes, the Bear Bronson, the two tag team dudes. They changed their names in AEW. Those dudes are Aussies, mainly because they were signed to the wrestling code. So I would go to indie events to try to like take pictures of them, like reference photos. You feel me? And they like, I told them before the show, yo, I'm one of the artists. I need to take reference photos of you so we can make sure your character in the game is good. These Aussies left after the show. They left. They was like, man, I don't know if they forgot, whatever, but bruh, I'm just like, literally it takes me 5 minutes to take pictures. Maybe 3. Turn, this, that. I'll tell you how to, you feel me, how to stand to take them. That's all you need to do, geez. But whatever, it is what it is. I'm not tripping. But yeah, overall, like I said, it's been a great experience, man. I just wish I was able to go on more trips with the team. Like going to the Cali, going to Vegas, going to Atlanta, the DDP's house. Like, stuff like that, man, is so cool. And it's just like, that's the stuff that I miss out on because I have a full-time job. Like, I can't just be out and about, just, you feel me, just not working and going on these trips. I don't think that's going to work. So that's what that is. But nah, definitely, if I'm told in advance, like maybe a month in advance, then I would take these trips. I wouldn't mind. But it's like a lot of the times it's like last minute kind of deals, and it's just like my job don't work on last minute deals. Like they don't even want to hear that. You feel me? So it kind of is what it is when it comes to that. And I ain't gonna risk the full-time joint for a part-time gig. Can't do that. So. But yeah, man, that's my whole little thing. I mean, I'm probably missing a couple of wrestlers. I mean, shout out to my boy Zach Ruby. Shout out to my boy Tony Cheney. Shout out to the Mob Squad. Like, those dudes are super cool. I chilled with them multiple times. They mad cool. Who else? I'm trying to think who else. I mean, I met a bunch of wrestlers who were training in ECWA, but that doesn't really count. I remember when I walked into the arena. It's a small arena. It's like a training, like a gym, but it has a wrestling ring in it. And they would train the wrestlers. I don't know what the main trainer said to them because I was the first one that was in there from the mocap team. And they were like, yo, that's one of the guys. I guess that's what they told me. I would told them. That's one of the guys who is with the developers who are making the wrestling game. They didn't say they didn't say what I did exactly, but it made it, I guess it made them seem, I guess what wrestlers do is try to like try to make me bigger than what I was. Like I had pull to like get some of them in the game. And I think that's what they thought. I also met Justin Credible. I met Perry Saturn. I forgot I met them. Damn. I met D'Lo Brown. I forgot about that. But that was at meet and greet, so I don't think. But yeah, so I go inside the gym and it's like they was like, oh, this one of the guys from the video game. They're making a wrestling game with like independent wrestlers. So all the wrestlers started walking by, shaking my hand. Hey, nice to meet you. Hey, nice to meet you. I was like, yo, I'm just the artist. I do not choose who's in the game. Now, don't get me wrong. I do bug the hell out of Ashton and say, yo, certain people need to be in this game. I wanted to get my boy Wrecking Ball Legursky in the game. I want to get him in that game. I don't know if this is going to work now. I don't think it will, but at the time I wanted to get Trisha Dora in the game. I wanted her in the wrestling code because I thought that would have been great. I really did. I still do, but I think she's under contract, so I don't think she can. To be completely honest, which sucks. Like, to have her in the game, oh, that would have been great. That would have been great. But you know, it is what it is. You feel me? Like, beggars can't be choosers. It's just the fact of the matter is just like really the biggest thing for me is making sure that, you know, roster. I mean, if I can get, you know, someone in there, just two of my favorites. Like the reason why I say Wrecking Ball is because, yo, he's a stand-up dude. He's just a stand-up dude. Like, he's a stand-up, like, I don't know. Like, even after the show, like, he'll be like at the door. Thank you guys for coming. Appreciate you. Thank you guys for coming. He'll take pictures with any and everybody. Like, even way after the show's over, he's still taking pictures. Super cool dude. And that's, I think, the reason why is because somebody got to put some eyes on this guy. You know what I'm saying? His character, his look. I made his gear for him too, even though he changed it. I wanted to get the gear that I made for him in the game. That's another reason why. So yeah. But yeah, I definitely wanted to. Oh my goodness. Wow. But yeah, I don't know. I wanted to try to get them in the game, but you know, what can you do? You know what I'm saying? Like, it just kind of is what it is at that point. But yeah, I think what I'm going to attempt to do is still try. I'm still gonna try and see if I can get some wrestlers in that game. Like, I think that's like, I'm not gonna say a dream, but it'll be cool to be able to get some people who are on the indies and get them in a wrestling game. Now, there's some people in the roster, like, okay, so the wrestling code, like, I mean, you've seen this before. Not seen this before, but you've seen this already where they, you know, said they got ECW guys / WCW guys. You see the roster on, you know, SmackDown Hotel. You've seen that, and I think my opinion with that is, yo, is we got to stand out from Ultra Pro Wrestling. Ultra Pro Wrestling and the Wrestling Code roster, it's kind of close. A little bit too close for comfort. A little too close for comfort. I'm just going to put it out there. I feel like the indie route was the best route to go. I really do. Like, don't get me wrong, having RVD, Kurt Angle, Diamond Dallas, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, these are like Ultimo Dragon. You feel me? Like, having, you know, Sandman, Raven, having these people in here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's super cool. Do not get me wrong. But my God, when was the last time we got a wrestling game that had independent on the come up wrestlers? And not even just like the wrestlers who are on the come up, ones that are like getting signed and you're on TV, like, dog, like, oh my goodness, like, that's such a huge thing. I think that is such a huge thing because for me, I think like that is just showing the wherewithal and the ability to realize where the talent lies. Oh, that's beautiful. And have them in the game. Shouts to them. Shouts to them. But we'll see what happens. I mean, we'll see what happens. But I've been talking enough about other things as opposed to this game. This right here, I enjoy this game, you know. I do. The one thing that I felt like they took a lot out of that was in Shut Your Mouth, and this is the reason why I feel like Shut Your Mouth is better than Here Comes the Pain. They took out a lot of the Japanese moves. that's something that they did in this game. They didn't take out, no, wait a minute, not in this one. Maybe the one after. But they definitely started taking out a lot of those moves, and I'm going to be honest with you, I didn't like that. I wasn't a fan of that. Oh my goodness. But, oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, that one. That one is definitely. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get some stuff for a party and office party. So yeah, well, I'm recording this. Well, I'm doing voiceover on this on November 25th. So I'm trying to do it for an office party that's going to be tomorrow. So I'm just sending out some yeah, make sure you get this, make sure you get that kind of deal. So but yeah, so basically, I would just say, like, for this game, yo, it's I'm not gonna say it's one of my favorite. I enjoy it. It's playable because the controls aren't that different. And here's another thing, right? In this game, you have 4 different directions for grapple moves, and with those 4 different directions, you could do 4 different moves. So you can do, what is it, 4, 8, 12, 16 grapples. 16. Bruh, you know how many we can do right now? 8. 8 grapples. I'd rather have 16 to go with than 8. Wrestlers being trapped at only being able to do 8 moves. I'm sorry, not 8. That's a lie. 10. 10. Because you could press just the regular button with no direction and they have to move. But still, though, overall, that's another thing I gotta talk to the folks at Virtual Basement in regards to like the move sets. I'm sorry, I don't know if you guys care or not, but I'd rather them have the ability to do more grapple moves standing up. Some of y'all might be programmed just to have normal grapple and strong grapple. I'm sorry, I'm not from that era. I'm not cut from that cloth. I'm sorry, that's not even how I rock out. That's not even how I rock out. So yeah. Let me see. Hold on, I'm sending a message. But yeah, so I definitely want to make sure that if I have any input on the controls or gameplay wise, that they have at least 16 front grapples. And I know with that, the moveset has to be on point. I know. I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do them a couple of favors. I'm gonna record some stuff for them to make sure that it's put into the game. And these are gonna be moves where I think people will need them in the game. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I think that would be a good thing. That would definitely be a good thing. Let me save this. How do I save this? Save that. But yeah, like the biggest thing I want is to make sure the controls are good, and I want to make sure that it's an enjoyable game. That's what I want to do. Like, and I know people are like, "Oh, when the game's coming out, dog." I feel the same way you do. I feel the same way you do. I want the game to come out too. I do. I ain't even playing. Like, man, listen. Here's the funny thing. I have the game on my PC. I have it on my PC. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. And damn it, it's a certain version, but I want the game too. I enjoy wrestling. I want to slam somebody on their neck. I want to make somebody family cry. And the roster, man, is so different. That's another thing too. The roster is so different. But enough talk with the wrestling code. But we're gonna talk about this game. The season mode is pretty damn good. I think I didn't unlock everything because everything is so damn expensive. You gotta beat this game like 4 or 5 times to unlock everything. So I don't know. I'll probably do another season with Steiner, and then I think what I'll do after that, I think I'll do like what I want to say. I think I want to do like someone else, because I also want to take the title off of Jushin Liger. I think I want to play that one with Keiji Muto or the Great Muta. I think that would be nasty. Ooh, yeah. I think I'm gonna do that. Oh, also, 2K wants me to be their enemy. I'll explain why. They're playing games, and what I mean by that is they're playing games with the Great Muta. I'm gonna say this. I appreciate the fact that they have that Muta in them. I appreciate it. What I do not like is how, number one, the Shining Elbow is trash. Trash. Never in my life have I felt more disrespected by a Shining Elbow. In my life. They did the worst job. The worst job. Dog, I'm not like that. It looks so bad. So bad. I'm gonna pop that game in just to see how bad it was. I'm not even playing. Like, I'm gonna pop that game in again just to see how bad it was, because it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. So I'm going to do that. I'm not even playing. Like, I'm gonna do that, and yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll do an attire or two. Maybe I'll do an attire or two. But yeah, like, I don't know. It's just, and the entrance is so bummy. The entrance is so bummy. Oh my goodness! Like, oh my goodness! I don't know. I'm just so disappointed. I'm so disappointed. But you know what? It's whatever at this point. At this point, it's whatever, because for me to sit there and feel some type of way, it's not gonna change nothing. Like, who's paying attention to this stuff? Like, that's something that I always, like, I want to speak to somebody in regards to. It's like, bruh, who's paying attention to, like, how this stuff is being done? Like, who? Come on, man. Like, I don't know. It just, for me, it bothers me really bad that, I don't know. I don't want to be a negative Nancy. I don't. I want to stay away. Matter of fact, no, it's fine. Like, let's be negative. It's okay. I don't know. I just feel like, who's, like, Great Muta, right? Doesn't just walk. And then it's like, here's the funny thing, right? They use a screenshot of him from his late WCW. I don't know, whatever. I don't know. I feel like they should have put Old Man Muta, and that would have been cool. Old Man Muta. Now, don't get me wrong, they put in some work. They sat there and put his 2 different face paints. They should have did his NWO one. Duh. Stupid. And you can't even change it. Huh. I don't know. I can just create Muta, but they don't have the right hair that I like, so I don't know. That's what that is. That's honestly how I feel. Like, I just don't. I'm such a fan of the Great Muta. I'm such a fan of the Great Muta, and I don't know. I'm such a fan. I don't know. I'm such a fan. But yeah, so maybe I'll play a match or two with the Great Muta. It'll probably piss me off because they probably did the moveset completely wrong. But we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. It's just, and then the DDP. Oh my god. Okay, so boom. DDP. The DDP in there, right? The DDP in the game. They did such a better job with their model. I give them praise. Shout outs to y'all. Y'all did a tremendous job with the DDP model. But you still just don't do nothing with his attire. Why? What is the problem? Why can y'all not do anything with his attire, bro? Why? Like, what's the problem? My god, Joe. They just, yo. Like, it's infuriating. It's infuriating. And to be completely honest, it just gets to a point where it's just like, bruh, I'm not even interested. It makes me not even like want to attempt to play it. Like I'm not even playing. It makes me not even want to attempt. But you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Shout outs to them. Shout outs to them. But yeah, I'm just gonna leave it as that. I'm gonna leave it as that. But I'll say this. If I have the opportunity, what I'm looking for in a wrestling game, you guys will eventually see. If I can get a smidge of my ideas, thought process, what I feel like are great features, you guys will eventually see that. Hopefully, we'll see what happens. But man, I don't know. It's interesting because we're at this point in time where more and more wrestling games are coming out, and that's a great thing. That's definitely a great thing. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, I mean, I'm about to go for the pin here and get this match done over with. Booker T getting his revenge on Triple H because they did him filthy back in the day, and we never forgot. But other than that, yo, thank you guys for watching. Subscribe if you're new. Other than that, man, y'all stay safe. Catch y'all on the next video later. He getting beat up. Shout outs to him.